Hey, what's up, guys? It is me, Joke65, and I know what you're thinking. Where's Caw? Where's the episode? Well, we just tried to stream it, and we're hit with so many unbelievably bad technical difficulties that we really couldn't get the stream up off the ground. It led to us getting distracted. We made some stupid decisions. Might have lost the run twice. We decided that it wasn't smart to do it while we were dealing with technical difficulties, so we scrapped that stream, we scrapped the attempt. You can talk. Yeah, I'm live. Check to see if you can get on. What you guys are watching right now is I'm actually grinding up my Pokemon. It was me who ended up costing us the game twice, due to some unforeseen Whitney bullshit. Yeah, even without her milk tank, she's kind of tough. So, kind of, again, doing exactly what I said we shouldn't do, and trying to kill two birds with one stone. I am doing some grinding. I've got OBS up, running. I don't usually hardwire when I stream, just because I'm not, like, in a professional streaming environment. I don't have great access to Ethernet that doesn't screw up everyone else in my house. But, you know, talking to my parents, they said that they would make some concessions and we'd get me a hardwire if I was having some weather-related issues. Because you guys know, snow, rain, that absolutely ruins my stream, 100% of the time. So what this is we are testing the hardwire setup. It is snowing outside, which is the worst of the two weather conditions, of course, for streaming. It's the reason that we had so much issue tonight is we are in the middle of a snowstorm here in New Jersey. And I'm just checking to see if we drop frames. So I'm going to be going for a little while. I'll do some commentary. If people want to join in the chat, I'll do a kind of a little post-stream stream. Might switch over, do a different game. You know, just because I'm doing some testing doesn't mean we can't have some fun tonight. And by tonight, I mean this morning, because breaking the fourth wall, it's 12:34 a.m. She was learning hypnosis. Cool. Really cool. If you didn't have Rock Smash, I'd quickly get rid of that. I hate that. I hate that so much. Hypnosis would be so good, but like, Blizzard Hail is extremely important. Ice Punch, extremely important. Gotta give up on Hypnosis. It's sad. Putting stuff to sleep would be so good. Alright, I think that is Angry Penguin joining in the stream. Yo, Penguin, can you see me? We over those technical difficulties from earlier? So I'm gonna write this down as episode like 3.5. It's just the grinding bits. And for anybody else in the stream who's noticed my lateral S, I'm really trying to work on that. I understand that it can be really annoying to listen to in my commentary, especially because it's really inconsistent. Penguin says, made it, no spinning wheel of doom. Fantastic. Good. Maybe this is the answer. Maybe I just need to run the hardwire. I mean, it's not a huge deal if I'm only doing it for a couple hours, and then I go and I unplug it, and I put it back where it was. Just in case, you know, in case of rain, or if I start streaming and I notice we're having some issues, I could run and get it. It's not a hard thing to set up. It would mean a later start, and maybe even cutting out halfway through the stream, but it would be, you know, a game changer if I could get around the weather. Alright, hit it. Ooh, and Ferris is dead. Yep. The pains of grinding. Because technically, this is only a partial episode. I'm not saying that we're... And for anybody who's watching this and wondering, well, now you're just cheating. Now you're just bringing your Pokemon back to life, and you're not willing to let them go. I let flippin' Cruditag die. Alright, that is absolutely not the case. Caw and I had a long discussion about it, because we had to really decide what we were going to do for the sake of the series. Because we want it to last. We want to have a long series. We want to play through the game. We're not sure if we're going to handle how we're going to handle Kanto. You know, those are discussions that we're in the process of having and getting everything right, because he and I are still very new to this. This is the first time that he and I have ever done a series, just the two of us. I mean, I've done stuff with Isaiah, I've done stuff with Kenji, Tim, back when he still worked with us. I did stuff with him. It was just the two of us. Colin, it's the first time he and I have done something like this together, which is an extended series over a long period of time. You know, he was in the Pokemon Gen 1 remake race with Tim and I, but that was the three of us. And he didn't even make it through the whole race because his computer crashed. So he and I are still having discussions, trying to figure out how we want to manage this. He's been real great in working with me, and, you know, we've done a good job. He's done a good job making sure that he's available and that he's really committed to doing this series, and I appreciate that a lot. So, you know, Kaw, if you happen to be watching this, thank you for all of the effort you've put in. You've been absolutely incredible throughout this entire process. But back to my initial point, if a Pokemon dies in something like this where it's grinding, we're not really worrying about it. Because this isn't really much of an episode. This is more kind of just an off-the-spot, you know, out-of-the-spotlight grinding episode that you guys are getting to watch, because I felt like explaining why there was a weird gap in the content. And I feel like this is important, especially because at the same time I'm testing, trying to make sure it doesn't happen anymore. I mean, you guys can think about all the crazy nonsense we could avoid in the future. I can think of a few Easter egg streams in Zombies where we just absolutely, completely fell apart because of internet issues. Now, the Xbox Live issues in those cases would continue, because those are still being done wirelessly. And pretty much this little experiment is kind of proving that the storm isn't really affecting the internet speed. It's affecting the connection to the router, which is a pretty big deal, because it gives me more options on how to get around it, how to handle it. Lol, crash. Did you crash? According to the stream, we have not dropped a single frame, which is incredible considering the freaking snow's coming down outside. But it gives me more options on how to handle it. Maybe I don't play Call of Duty that week on the Xbox because, well, we'd have an issue. But maybe I do something on the PC. Maybe I play a game, you know, Call and I get together, we play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something like that. Because I can hardwire that, and the PC can run the stream at the same time. And voila, we have a very little lag type experience, and we're good to go. No, not me during during Zombies. Yep. I know exactly which stream you're talking about, Penguin. That... God, I remember that. That was during a rainstorm. Thunder was... We actually had thunder coming through the mic, and we were so close to getting an Easter egg. I think it was on Horizon Drock. No, that was Zetsubo. And the stream just went down. The stream went down, and then while I was trying to fix it, the game crashed. That was a night. That was a night. Glad to hear you're not having issues watching, though. That's really good to know. I can hear Isaiah in the back of my head going, see, didn't I tell you to while? You should get an Ethernet splitter for your devices. And I would do that. Let me give you guys some insider information about my house. Not too much personal information. I don't need you guys stalking me or anything like that. Here's some personal information about my house. Yeah, crash within a crash. It's Crashception. It was like Inception, only instead of these really cool dream sequences, it was just stuff exploding and pain and death. So, information in my house and why I try to avoid using stuff like Ethernet cables is because my house, you could kind of break up into three sections. There's a section that we'll call the left section, there's a middle section, and a right section. The right section is where our router is. On the first floor. There are 2 floors and a basement. I am in the middle section on the second floor. I'm about halfway across the house from the router on the second floor, which is still pretty far. Like, far enough where I can't just kind of casually walk to the router. It takes me a bit. So, when Isaiah came, he literally brought me a, like, 150-foot Ethernet cable. It was kind of immediate. It was like, dude, I'm not going to run this through my wall just to plug into my computer into a splitter. Because something that I've discussed with my parents, who have been extremely supportive of me, and I can't thank them enough for all the help and, you know, all of the words of wisdom they've given me about the main wing of a mansion. Yeah, I guess I made it sound bigger than it is. But regardless, it's still a significant distance. So I couldn't go and run it up to run the Ethernet up to my room where I have my streaming set up. Which right now is kind of, you know, you see all the people on YouTube and Twitch, NoahJ456, Brown Man, where they'll have, like, the 2 monitors, and their router will be there, and they'll have, like, a bunch of, like, soundproof walls, and, you know, 2 mics, and 3, you know, I think I said 3 monitors, whichever. 2 PCs in some cases. Mine right now, I have 2 different setups I use. One for PC stuff, which I've been using for the Pokémon series we're doing recently, where I put the stream and the game both running through my desktop. Then I have a little tiny nightstand next to my desk where I have my Microsoft Surface Pro 4 that I use for school. That's what I run the chat and my window for the stream open. That's where I run that. But, like, that's it. When I play a console game, I have one of the, I think it's the Games M15 portable gaming monitor that I set up on that nightstand, and then for the most part, instead of looking at my desktop, I'm looking at that, and then I run the chat and stuff through my desktop. But the point is that I keep it really condensed, really simple, because if I wanted to go and do, like, a huge, major professional setup, it would actually just really, it would make, we'd have to do a lot of, I guess you could say carpentry, construction, on the house itself to accommodate that. And I don't want to put my parents through the trouble of doing that for my own sake. But my parents, being the flippin' generous, crazy people that they are, told me eventually I'm going to go and we're going to redo my room. I'm going to pull a lot of stuff out of here. I'm going to get a new bedroom set, so on and so forth. And I am going to end up moving my entire streaming setup, hopefully, into a different room. Which is on that right side, that right section of the house, right by the router. So I could go then and set up an Ethernet splitter and then run all my consoles hardwire and my streaming setup hardwire, which would eliminate, from what we're discovering right now, it would eliminate the problem during storms. And then I'd probably, you know, I'd keep my TV probably up in my room, and then I might move a console up there if I feel like playing games in my room, and then keeping, or doing the opposite and going and keeping them up in my room, and then when I want to stream one, I'll bring it down and hook it up earlier in the day. Because I've hooked up and moved consoles so many times throughout my life that it's really not a process to me that is a stressor to me. The tech wing of the mansion. Hey, Penguin, I'm in. If we could set up a tech wing, I'm a techie. I love gadgets and screens, and I don't have a problem. I used to absolutely have a problem. I had a bona fide I'm trying to think of the right psychological addiction to electronics, whether it was TV or video games. And when I was about 14, 15, I started to really break into that. And now I'm pretty much over it. I mean, you'll catch me, I look at my phone. But that's more so actually to keep up with the news and stuff like that than to try to fulfill that need to play video games. In fact, I play more video games in general right now, I think, doing Twitch streams than I do anywhere else. Like, in my personal life. Which is probably why I haven't finished a lot of the games I'd like to finish. Although, it's probably also why I'm going to end up streaming a lot of those games. But having a tech wing would be cool. Going and getting a setup that's nicer. You know, if I could get that set up, I wouldn't mind grabbing, you know, throwing in that, taking Isaiah's advice and getting an Ethernet splitter. And then from there, maybe going and, I don't know, people have been asking for this, who know me personally and watch the streams. I won't dox them. Because, unlike CNN, I have standards. Oh, fucking got him. But, yeah, I have a few people who know me outside of the streams who said, dude, you need to start using a webcam. Because I'm not afraid to hide my face. If you go on my YouTube channel, which is Joke65 Reviews, or I think you could look up Joke65 and Friends and it'll show up. You go to our first video. The first footage I ever uploaded was taken on one of my mom's video cameras of me and the founding four, Tim, Kenji 115, Isaiah, who went by Aishin Gun at that time. He hadn't gone with the Vijoit 183 yet. And then our buddy Brendan, who went by Peace and Sure at the time. He's changed his name. Hang on, CNN is fake news. I feel like with all the stuff that's coming out about CNN, I can't believe it. It's just, media's so garbage right now. But yeah, the first thing you see is my face. Spinning one of those psychic. Oh, look at this goodness. Ooh, so good. Well, I love you, Extrasensory, but the 10 plus power of psychic is a little bit better than you. I'd like to have the lowest level Pokemon be... I'm blanking on names. I'd like to have the lowest level Pokemon be... Ferris. And then... still have her be around 20. So now you guys have an idea, I think... unless I missed something, of what I plan on doing with my tech setup. Isaiah said I should get a webcam, and maybe. That was what I was saying. I was trying to think if I had missed anything. Yeah, so he told me to get a webcam, because he's like, you know, people who stream have webcams. People love watching reactions and stuff like that. You know, and he's like, you know, you're not a bad-looking guy, and you don't have one. And I'm not afraid of showing my face, clearly, as it's the first content I ever put up. The problem for me with getting a webcam is that my room is lit by, like, a lamp. Quite literally, it's just a lamp. So the lighting is extremely... Yeah, Hardwire, good shit. I cannot believe that we're not dropping frames. We have been live for 25 minutes. We have not dropped a single frame. That's the answer, is Hardwire. In the future, that's what I'm going to do. Because it's working. It's working extremely well. But yeah, so the reason I have a webcam is because it would be dim and it would look horrible. And then if I got lights, it's not, I'd have nowhere to put them. I have no way to make the lighting good enough for it to be worth me using a webcam. Now, I'd like to get one for streaming, just because eventually, again, I'd like to... Penguin, please. Yeah, I have a really major issue with my face. That's why I don't use a webcam. I have a giant hole right in the center that I can't keep closed. It looks awful. I think the doctor once called it a mouth. Spooning's getting there, though. It's gonna end up being level 25 real soon. It's gonna be nice. But, yeah, so what else can I talk about? Just in the kind of update video that I am apparently doing now. Do you, Angry Penguin? A giant face? Not a giant, just a giant. Good lord. Because I've seen some people I would call them on having a giant face. Maybe even a giant face, but a giant. We've achieved entirely new levels of face bigness. Wow, Spooning is highest on the team now. I should give him a break. I wonder if Carl's gonna be mad that I went and grinded a bunch without him. Big facers? Is that what I said? Did I whiff again? Oh, big facers. Maybe that is what I said. Hey chat, you know how I say I shouldn't do commentary at 1 in the morning, but do anyway? This is one of those times. So what else can I talk about for the update video? I can talk about some series I feel like I'm going to end up doing soon. It's going to come down to Christmas to a degree. Because I have a tradition. Like, I enjoy the gift exchanging with family at Christmas. So I actually kind of hold off on video games past October. And Ferris still wanting to learn hypnosis. Still can't learn hypnosis. Sad. So, like, I have a few games on my wish list that if I snag, absolutely will get streamed. Star Wars Battlefront 2, for one. Despite the whole fuck EA thing. Super Mario Odyssey is one as well. Do you think Christmas will be on the 25th this year? I don't know, man. I heard a rumor that Trump is going to officially move Christmas to the 28th. Just as a way to really screw over the Democrats. Or something. I don't know. He's shown that he's crazy. Like, he'd do it. Man has balls. Love him or hate him, you gotta admit the president's got some balls. Dude goes over to Kim Jong-un and is like, hey, man. I wouldn't, I don't know why you call me old. I wouldn't call you short and fat. Like, god damn, Mr. President. Mr. Kim Jong-un, would you like a burn heal? I think you might need one there. Ballsy. But yeah, so Super Mario Odyssey, I'd like to stream. Star Wars Battlefront. Games that I already have that I'd like to put streams in for. I would love to start doing some more Breath of the Wild. New DLC came out for that. I guess technically yesterday at this point. I haven't even finished playing the original Master Sword upgrade DLC. What else? What else we got that would be fun to stream? Just thinking off the top of my head. I would love to do some streams for... Oh, Far Cry. I wanted to start doing Far Cry streams, and then I started having an issue, and I figured out what that issue was. I upgraded my monitor to 1080p, so I've started trying to do more of my streams at 1080 and then downgrading them to 1280 by 720. which for the most part works. However, for Far Cry 4, it did not want to run at 1080. So I'm going to end up running that at 720 and seeing if that makes a difference. It should. And I should be able to stream it if that works. The other games I want to stream... I don't know what part of the stream Angry Penguin is at. I wish I could answer these questions and engage these reactions. I have no idea where the reaction is coming from. Just watching reactions come in, and I know it's the stuff that I've been saying. I can't figure out which it is. So what else? Trying to think. Gonna finish Pokemon Moon. Final Fantasy VII is gonna come back. That's one. Isaiah has been begging for me to bring Final Fantasy. Yeah, there you go. Caught up to the part I was talking about the delay. Yeah, the delay is always a joy to deal with. So, Final Fantasy VII is going to come back. I know that you guys have... I can English good. It is primary language. F. Isaiah. Good lord. I think we have the founding member of the Kill Isaiah Club now. Thank God we don't have the Kill Joke 65 Club yet, or else I would be in some real deep water. Deep water. 12:58 a.m. Yeah, looks about right. This is correct. People who have been watching me as long as I've been going in the chat should know. I cannot speak after about 11:45 at night. Why I try to do commentary, I don't know. I'm determined to try to make myself look like a bigger ass every week, I think. Oh, you're part flying type, aren't you? What are these weird bug moves? Heal order, attack order, defense order. Am I gonna keep going? I'm probably gonna go. Been streaming for 33. I'm probably gonna go until I finish grinding up Ferris to level 25. HyperX 3. I would love $3. Who wouldn't love $3? People walk up handing you money. Are you really gonna say no? Well, yeah. So, Breath of the Wild, look out for that. Fortnite eventually will come back, look out for that. Final Fantasy VII will come back, look out for that. What else? What else we got going on in the future? Oh, I'd like to eventually move on to South Park: The Fractured But Whole. Because the Stick of Truth actually did really well on the channel. I thought that the adventures of Elrod McDouche were fantastic. I would love to see those come back. What else? And we've actually had some rumblings about Minecraft. There's been some debating. I have been debating that it is not the right time for Minecraft. Isaiah has debated that it will never be the right time for Minecraft because I'm an asshole. And in that regard, he's half right. I don't really want it to come back, but that's not because I'm an asshole. It's because the last time we tried to do Minecraft, it turned into a colossal mess that I had to clean up every week. Actually, at some points it was daily. So we need to sit down and have a discussion about if we're going to do Minecraft, who would be in it. Because there's a lot of tech that goes into Minecraft in comparison to every other game. Because with Minecraft, you actually have to run your own server to play the multiplayer, which takes a toll. But Minecraft might come back eventually. Hey! HyperX! Thank you for the 400 bits! Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. It's awesome. Somehow, I made flippin' bits during a stream setup test. This is technically the post-stream, like, wrap-up type, hey guys, I know that it completely botched, my bad, type apology section. But we got bits, I'm happy. At that... You OCD at all? No. I'm pretty chilled out. The only thing I'd say I'm OCD over, if at all... Oh my god. Thank you again, HyperX. This time for 53 bits. Really appreciate it. Somebody in our Discord, actually, Hyper, made the comment that you're gonna end up becoming our probate. I don't know if you know what that means, but I personally thought that was an extremely nice compliment that you would appreciate hearing. And I thought that was actually kind of funny. No. Probate is a Twitch viewer. I don't know if he does streams himself. Who is pretty prominent on the members of Team 4 Stars Twitch channels, including their primary one. And he has been lovingly referred to as the money-farting bit wizard. Because he just shows up out of nowhere in the middle of streams and drops like 100,000 bits. Just for the hell of it. And really, he made a comment at one point. He was just like, my job is to make sure that Team 4 Star doesn't go bankrupt. And somebody was like, HyperX is going to end up becoming our probate. And I thought that was very sweet. Because, you know, probate's there to take care of the guys. Yeah, the dude just dropped like, in one stream. Somebody literally had it where they dropped, like... Oh God, I don't remember how much it was. It was, like... It was 100,000 bits, though. It was ridiculous. I don't think he's ever come close to that. Oh, and we appreciate all the bits that you can drop, HyperX. Really, it helps us out a lot. But Probate, like, out of nowhere, somebody challenged me, he's like, Probate, what's the largest bit drop you think you could pull off? And he dropped 100,000 bits. Oh, of course, Angry Penguin, always. Always pay it forward. So, is your cousin a Fortnite streamer, Hyper, or is he a variety streamer who happens to be playing Fortnite? Hold on, now I need to make sure I got that number right. to get that number right. That is... He's a variety streamer? Alright, so he's kind of like me then. He's playing Rocket League earlier. Yeah, what is their... Oh, shit. Probate got topped. He did. He got topped. Yeah, he did definitely donate 100,000 bits. But he got topped earlier today. Let me read this chat. I come in on Saturdays and host a live game or play board games and stuff and have a disgusting challenge at the moment. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's a good stipulation. There are some challenges where, like, there are some challenges I could get into and I could play a game for. But there's like a limit for me. Oh, yeah, that's really cool of you. What's his Twitch? I'll send him. I'll drop him a follow. I'm also going to be the editor of the videos once I get my laptop and set up and stuff properly. The channel is Atlantic Gaming. Take a note of that real quick. I'm sure I'm spelling that right. Appreciate it, fun. Dude, I know exactly how that feels. Trust me, man, you've got my support. I appreciate your continued support of Pokemon. It's cool. It's cool to see it's kind of gone through a renaissance. It's come back. Personally, I've always enjoyed it. I started playing Pokemon when I was... When did Ruby and Sapphire come out? I've got a moment to look this up too. Ruby and Sapphire. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. When did they come out? They came out in 2002. I started playing them, I'm going to say, in around 2003? Oh yeah, so you guys got in, like, real early, like Gem 1. Nice. Oh wait, you said he has green, you had red. So, did you have... That would have been the Japanese versions of the Gem 1 games. So, you mean like Fire Red and Leaf Green? HyperX, I am 19. Started playing Pokemon when I was 5. My first was Ruby, Pokemon Ruby. Did not end up beating that game. It was, I played way too many games for me to keep up with Pokemon back then. First one I beat was Platinum when that came out. And then I went back and beat Ruby. Yeah, I was gonna say... When you said that you had red, I jumped to Gen 1. $21? Cool. It's around that same age group. So, yeah, I'd imagine then if what you're saying is true and you have like that thick, like Game Boy, like original Game Boy cartridge, then it's probably that you had red and he had blue. So, yeah, I remember when I first saw Gen 1, it was my friend had me over. Masigno, OG God. Absolutely. I was always horrified of Masigno. Just because I didn't understand at the time why it would ruin your game. Then I got a little older and I started watching videos and understood. Were you in that crowd that believed the Mew underneath the truck thing? To this day, I still hold to that Nintendo and Game Freak should have put a Mew underneath that truck in Fire Red and Leaf Green, just as a joke. But my first experience with Gen 1 was, I went over to a friend's house one time. I was like, must have been like I was young. Like, I didn't even own a Pokemon game back then. But he had been playing it. I had to have been 4. I think I was 4. And he asked me if I'd play Pokemon. I said no. And he grabs his original Game Boy. Oh, there's no shame in trying to get it. I tried to get it. For me, it was worse, because I knew that in Gen 1 it wasn't real, but I figured in Fire Red and Leaf Green they had to have put it in. But my first experience... So he pulls out a Game Boy and a copy of Pokemon Yellow. And I, of course, I had seen the Pokemon anime at that point. And he was like, this is the game, but it's like the anime. And I was like, that's awesome. But when I eventually went to get my first Pokemon games, Ruby and Sapphire were a year old. And Fire Red and Leaf Green had been announced. I don't think they were out yet. And they tried... Well, no. I asked them if they had Yellow, and they're like, dude, we haven't had Yellow in, like, 4 years. I was like, aw. Happily, though, years later, I think that video is still on my flippin' YouTube channel, too, I found a copy of Pokemon Yellow on Amazon that I ordered. And I have a video of me getting it in the mail and jumping up and down and freaking out. That's a game that I tried to do on the channel 2 separate times. Because I wanted to do a Nuzlocke of that game. And the first one, I let Tim, back when he was still here, I let him have the controls for a little bit to train while I went and got something to drink. I came back up and he had murdered half of our Pokemon. So he was like, screw it, and we ran into Lieutenant Surge and got destroyed. The second time was I went to try to do a second Nuzlocke run of Yellow that I ended up just putting down and not picking up. Because I believe... I don't remember what game came out that took its spot. But we just stopped playing. And I've told the guys that eventually... Ooh, nice freeze. I've told the guys that eventually we need to grab Yellow and actually... Why did I try that? Why did I actually try that? What's wrong with me? Joke. And I told them eventually we have to bring that game back. I actually have to beat that Nuzlocke run. Just because it's going to eat away at my soul until I do. We actually have a highlight from the original run on the YouTube channel as well. If you want to go and look up, I think... Well, I have a moment. I think I just named it... Oh yeah, it's there. It is there. The greatest editing I will ever do, right? Right here, if you go on YouTube and you look at this up, I'm putting it in the chat. You look that up on YouTube, you will find the greatest editing job I've ever done in my entire life. And the greatest moment from that run that I will never forget. It was absolutely hysterical. The only real context you need to know going in is that our naming theme for our Pokemon, we had a theme. We were naming all of them after anime characters, and our Pikachu was named after Sword Art Online's Asuna Yuki. And that Pikachu could not be killed. It lived on like 3, 4, or 5 times. Like going into that battle. So that's all you have to know. And the rest is just history. It's hysterical. Really gonna go with Confused Ray Rotom? Really? So, continuing to check the stats, we still haven't dropped a frame on the stream, so the hardwire is working. Which is blowing my mind. Because again, the snow is coming down. I did not expect this to work. But, I'll take it. Dude, that Pikachu is a legend. I swear to you. Go on YouTube and look up Dank Memology. I believe it is the second search result. I'm just thinking about it. It makes me laugh. It is one of the greatest moments ever in the history of our Twitch channel. But we didn't save the highlight because I don't believe clips were out yet. I don't think that feature was out yet. But I took the recording. So have you guys got a ton of bits since my original big donation? No. We've gotten a few, but we haven't gotten a ton. Check Streamlabs real quick. We've gotten... I think it'll tell me, actually. Wow, I need to really fire the guy who writes Beanbots messages. Oh, wait a minute, that me. Me should really be doing a better job with the pre-written messages. We could be doing so much better. Oh, the red bits in the jar. Yeah, for whatever reason, and I don't know why, Streamlabs, because I do tests before we stream. Like, it's not that I go and I stack my cup. I do stream, I do some tests of the notifications and stuff to make sure they're working. And if I update them, I test them as well. For whatever reason, Twitch loves to just drop me, like, 100,000, 200,000 bits during those tests. Which makes it look like I have those red bits in there, but they were from a test, they don't count. Those are the actual, like, real-life off-brand bits. Man, Ferris getting good with her freeze. I'll take that. But really, when it comes down to it, you know, having just gotten our channel affiliated, we're happy to be getting bits at all right now. Ferris, please stop trying to die. Like, you're so not bulky, but you're gonna end up being so good when you evolve. Which is gonna end up being on next week's episode. Once I hit you to level 30. You're gonna be a lot less cute, but you will be a lot bulkier. You know what I'm saying? Haha, boob jokes. Okay, so Ferris, you're almost done. Once I get you level 25, you'll be good to go. Our hope is that 2018 is going to end up being a big year. 2016 was a huge year of growth for us. We had a big jump in subscribers over the spring and summer because we started doing the Call of Duty Easter eggs, and a lot of people would watch those. Then we had a really rough start to 2017 because we had some staff drama. Resulted in one of our founding members actually getting cut from the team, which made it people kind of didn't want to watch the vinegar. And I get that. And it was rectified. And once October rolled around, we started getting some momentum back. So 2017, by our standards, won't actually go down as being a bad year. Oh, an Ice Shard. Isn't that Ice-type Quick Attack? 40, 100? What's Ice Punch? 75. Oh, nope. Nope. Nope, you have good moves. You have good moves, Ferris. You don't need that move. I mean, having the benefit of what time is it? 1:24? Slurring speech? Sounds about right. But seriously, Ferris, your moves are good. You don't need to make any sort of upgrade or downgrade right now. You're just fine. Oh, let me give you your Focus Sash back. Here you go. Not that you're gonna need it anymore, I don't think. Well, Hyper, I hope that you would consider it a happy accident. I know I certainly do. Definitely appreciated seeing you in the chat. And of course, we're extremely grateful for the bits. Helps us out a lot. We quite literally just got our approved to be in the affiliate program, which is when you can start getting bits and subscriptions and stuff. So we're really hoping that we can carry that momentum into 2018 and have 2018 be a big year. You're not strong against rock, are you, Big On? No, you're not. Fantastic. Yeah, but it's been 2017 has been an interesting year. We've had some staff changes. We actually, I said earlier, I made it sound all bad. Oh yeah, you keep wanting to win rock throw. Don't do that. You don't need it. You don't need it. We did end up picking up somebody who was going to be joining us more and more in a Fortnite player named Satan Rules. He's a buddy of Isaiah's. He will be... I think you actually saw him. Yeah, he was in the Tuesday stream when we did Pokémon. He did commentary on that one. But yeah, so we had to end up letting Tim go. We picked up Satan. Hey, Hyper, there's nothing wrong with that. Back when we first started, the only staff that I had was me. You know, technically, I tell the guys the way that we're tiered is that, you know, when it comes to the channel's name is Joke65 for a reason. Like, stuff like this right now, tech stuff, that's my domain. I do the tech stuff, and I tell the guys, you want to come in and help do commentary? That's A-okay with me. Yeah, so there you go. You get people in. I find that having fresh commentary can help with not just keeping your stream from getting stale, but also helping you keep a fresh mindset. You know, having other people adds in a little bit of the input that keeps you from feeling like you're going through the motions. You know, having Caw come in right now and do the Friday streams with me for the Soul Link definitely helps. Having Isaiah try to come in for the Tuesday Let's Plays helps. You know, I do every single stream on the channel, but it's nice to be able to have a group of guys that I can try to have come in and do commentary with me, because doing a dual commentary is always easier than doing a solo commentary. And it, again, like I said, it helps keep you from feeling like you're getting stale. I think you're 4 to 6 followers. Hey, that's how it happens, man. I remember back during a time where I felt like we weren't going to get 50. I don't remember how many followers we have. But I want to say we were a little up over 100. I don't remember. And the number, unlike with YouTube subscribers, doesn't just put it up for you, which is weird. Go to my dashboard or something. But you're saying 114 is what you're getting? I don't, honest to God, know. That's for my usage stream. Yeah, 114. Yeah, but like that's like when I first started, I didn't think we were gonna end up ever getting near that. My recommendation. And I know, like, I just got into the affiliates program, so I'm not going to run around claiming that I am, like, a super expert on building a Twitch channel. But my recommendation is that you need to have two things in order to really grow your channel. You need to have patience. Don't try to rush anything. Don't try to do too much. Find some games that you enjoy playing, and that you feel bring out the best in your commentary. The other thing you need to have is persistence. Persistence being stream at a regular time, try to make as many streams as possible, and you know, good communication. Like when you can't make a stream, you make sure that you tell your audience. I do it through Gab, and I do it through Twitter. But I remember, you know, we had, I think, around 30 followers in February of 2016. And that January, I had a meeting with the guys, and I told them, I said, listen, back at the time, I think it was just Tim, Isaiah, and I doing it. I said, listen, I want to start writing together a new stream schedule. And I said, we're going to start doing I said, we're going to do one stream a week, every week. And we're not going to miss any. Because we've been doing it just kind of sporadically when we felt like streaming. So, I started saying, every Friday, when we get back from school, we're going to talk about a game, and we're going to stream that game. So, every single Friday, except maybe, 4 or 5 times we streamed. And that was a good start. We ended up running into Caw because he was just browsing streams one night because the new Zombies map had come out on Xbox, and he, saw us playing. He saw it was Isaiah and I, and he said, "Hey, you guys want a third?" And we said, "Sure." So he jumped in, had never done commentary before that we knew of in his life. I think that's true. I don't think he'd ever done commentary before that stream. And he did a live stream with us. And after we finished that stream, he was like, "Hey, that was fun." And we were like, "Hey, you did a good job. If you want, we're going to be doing this again next Friday. If you want to join." And he said, "Yeah, I'd love to." And then he started doing zombies with us. And you can kind of see how that built on itself. We ended up running into another kid whose name was the OG Gamer, who we don't really do streams with anymore. But he ended up joining on for a little while. And we just kept doing that. Every Friday we'd try to do a stream. And then eventually, I think January of 2017, I sat down with the guys. I think it was this January. It might have been before. It might have been last November. Between that period, November to January, I said to the guys, "Hey, I think we need to..." Oh, you know what? No, it wasn't that. I did it... I know when. I got the time wrong. This happened in March of this year, 2017. March 2017. I told the guys, "Hey, for summer vacation, because we're not gonna be at school anymore. I'm gonna be done with college classes. Isaiah's gonna be out of school. Caw's gonna be out of school. Let's add in a second day for the streams." At the time, it was only for the summer. When we're going back to school, we're gonna bring it back to just Friday. But for the summer, let's do another stream during the week. And we sat down and we looked at our schedules, and we ended up deciding that the day that we had off, we had available most often was Tuesday. So we decided every Tuesday night we were gonna do a stream. So that's how the current schedule of Tuesdays and Fridays came about. But we just kept doing it. Every Tuesday, every Friday, I'm on Twitch. Unless I'm sick or I'm busy. In which case, you can go and on Gab, Twitter, maybe an hour before the stream on the late side, I'll post an update and say, "Hey guys, I'm not going to make it on tonight." But if you really want to grow a Twitch channel, that, my friend, is how you do it. You gotta have patience. You can't force anything. Try to do the best commentary you can. Excuse me. And you want to do the best you can to be persistent. To set a schedule and stick to it. Because those two things will help really... He's at almost 6K for his children's hospital. Alright. Help me understand these comments a little better. 6K what? For his children's hospital. Level 20. $6,000 for his children's hospital. So he does. You're saying, understand this correctly. Your cousin does he donates the money the stream makes to his local. Oh, okay. Wow, that's actually really noble. Definitely following now. That's awesome. Good for him. Good for him. I applaud that. But that would be my advice to him, to try to grow his audience. Oh, you're not your cousin, your friend. So your friend hit almost 6K for his children's hospital in 2017. What move do you want to learn now? Head smash, really? Oh, no. We're not learning head smash. Too risky. Your friend is Bread? Is that just his Twitch name, is Bread? Breadman. There we go. I'll definitely give him a follow too. I feel like that's really a cool thing to be doing. To donate your money to your local children's hospital. That's really cool. He sounds like it. Seriously, look good on him. That's an awesome thing to do. Yeah, I wish your friend the best of luck with that endeavor. I hope that he makes a ton of money for the children's hospital. That's just... I'm kind of stunned. Because, you know, like, you have stuff like Extra Life, where people go out of their way to do stuff like that. But to be making that really, like, a goal for your channel, I feel like that's really incredible. I wish him the best of luck. Or I guess, since he's a streamer, I should say I wish him the most broken of legs. Not put the evil on him. But finishing that comment from earlier, persistence, patience, those are my two big tips for trying to grow a Twitch channel. It's what we've been trying to do. Hi, MyAtman12. How you doing? Hope you are enjoying your evening, morning, or whichever. Doing a little bit of a post-stream grind. My cousin and I are, however, thinking about doing a stream to raise money for a local humane society, but it's a lot of planning that I know I would have to do to get guests, to set up challenges and goals and stuff, and it's a big task, so it might not happen this year, but around this time next year. One of us a charity stream where we reach stretch goals and do crazy stuff on camera. Yeah, you want to do something like an Extra Life, which is awesome. I believe if you want to do, actually, I think Extra Life is a site-wide thing. I'm doing pretty well. We did my buddy on the right side, Caw661, Caw Gaming, and I. We did our an episode of our Pokemon randomized Soul Link that ended up getting scrapped because of horrible weather conditions. So right now I'm just kind of grinding up the Pokemon that we have and making sure that my stream setup has recovered and trying out a new method to hopefully eliminate the weather conditions. I managed to find the perfect weather condition that ruins my streams in a snowstorm. And as of right now, the setup is working. So, just finishing up doing some grinding, and then I'm gonna probably call it a night. As for what you said, Hyper. Yo, and getting those bits. Hey. Yeah, buddy. Thank you again, Hyper, for the bits. Really appreciate it. And, yeah, I thought it was snowing, Penguin. Last I checked, it was. saying? Completely derailed. What time is it? 1:42 in the morning? Yeah, we're hitting that point. See, when Isaiah and I, we have a joke where he hits a wall when we'll stream it out of nowhere. He'll just be dead as a doornail. Like, he won't be able to do commentary. He'll just be passed out. For me, we have a joke where I actually just casually fall off a cliff. Where I don't hit a wall, I just, you know, get knocked out and can't do commentary. First, I slowly lose the ability to speak. And it is about that time where I completely lose access to all of the English language. Eventually, I'm going to be speaking in mumbles and grunts. But what I am thrilled to see is that the stream actually hasn't dropped a frame, which is incredible. Hey, Angry Penguin, thank you for the 200 bits. It is most appreciated. We do very much appreciate the support. Magnus, one more level to go. The one thing that sucks about this is that... Hold on, see a comment. It definitely kills you. We'll do it in my book. There's some streamers on here that are crazy bad about caring about their viewers. I've donated bits to some channels that is kind of whatever. To someone like they're worthless. Dude, I've seen so much of that, and the way I see it is, streamers can't do what they do without the people who watch their streams and support them. So any little bit of support really means a lot to me, because, you know, like I just said, as I, again, fall off a cliff and lose the ability to speak, any and all support that we can get to the channel, it helps and it means a lot. You know, I get excited when people follow. You know, some people, I remember I used to get some criticism in the stream chat for, why do you care so much when people follow? It's literally a matter of clicking a button and maybe they get notifications, maybe. Maybe they're just doing it to make you feel good and flatter you. And for me, it's like, yeah, but at the same time, you know, that's support. And any little bit of support goes a long way. So we really do appreciate all of it, whether it's follows or bits or subscriptions. Really, it all means a lot. And, you know, I couldn't do what I do without the support. So to everybody, even people for just, you know, joining in the chat and talking in chat and watching, you know, thank you all. Really, again, it means an incredible amount to me. You know, like I think back again to that day where we grabbed my mom's video camera, put it in front of a laptop, and recorded a video for YouTube for the first time. And you know, you told me back then, you know, eventually somebody is going to want to support you and is going to hand you, you know, some bits. And you know, I know that 50 bits is pretty much, you know, somewhere around 2/4. But it means a lot, because that's somebody who believes, or who, you know, goes out of their way to support you in what you're doing. You know, really, it means a lot to me. And I think that it should mean a lot to all the streamers, you know? We couldn't do what we do without our audience. So that's the truth right there, Angry Penguin. With all the insanity in the world, people helping people is the only way to make it through. And I feel like, you know, Twitch might not be... Although, it is really a good example. It's a good example of that. Where, you know, you go, you show up, you watch a stream. And, you know, Twitch and all of the entertainment platforms, it's a numbers game. You know, with Twitch, you want to have viewers consistently. You want to have people following you and subscribing to you, and, you know, to make your way up. And, you know, so really just showing up and watching the stream helps that person out in trying to build their platform. And I feel like that, you know, that's a way we can all help each other and on Twitch as people, you know? Believe in you, mate. Who knows? Maybe one day you can join a game night someday. Hey, man. Maybe. You never know. You know, I joke to my friends all the time. Eventually, we're going to get to do a crossover with somebody. You know, we make the joke. We don't know... Yeah, as a guest, of course. Oh, I see what you meant. Yeah, hopefully. You know, someday I'd love to make that happen. It'd be great. But I think I'm going to cut myself off before I go into a rambling mess and say thank you to everybody who comes out and supports us in our efforts to try to grow this channel. You know, as the guy who does the tech and, you know, comes in and makes sure that the streams are going and that the Discord's up and running, and it makes your effort really feel validated. Thank you, Angry Penguin. I try my best. I try my best. Alright, Hyper. You go get your rest. I hope you have enjoyed joining in for yet another stream, and I hope we'll see you in some future ones. And good luck with your gift shopping. Hey! Thank you for the bits. I think you've got your green icon now. There you go. Thank you for, I think there would be the 297 bits. And I think that does get you your green icon. Yep, there you go. Congratulations on being our first green icon, Hyper. Again, the support really does mean a lot. We appreciate it. So, go get some rest. Enjoy your gift shopping. And thank you for the 50 bits. Thank you, Hyper. Seriously. Have a good night. Enjoy your gift shopping, and I hope we'll be able to see you in another stream sometime soon. All the support means a lot. As for you, Big On, I'm surprised there are still enough of you left to reproduce. Magus is getting ready to finish leveling up, and that would mean the end of the stream. Ah, yes! Good call, Angry Penguin, and a Merry Christmas to you, Hyper. Yeah, Merry Bitmas! Petition to make December 23rd Merry Bitmas, where all the Twitch streamers celebrate getting 2 days off by dropping a shit ton of bits. I think that'd be a pretty cool holiday. Oh yeah, there you go. That's absolutely the case. Now there are two ways to celebrate. You either drop bits or you buy Bitcoin. Let's make that happen. I'd support that. Oh, Magnus at 25. Cool. That's all we were trying to do. Alright, let me go save up. So, what ended up starting as just a test stream to make sure that this cord, the hardwire, would fix our weather issue, turned into a pretty decent makeup for the lack of stream tonight. Turned into a stream all on its own, to be perfectly honest. Let me save up. Get that saved. So, thank you all for coming out and watching. Angry Penguin, thank you for the 100 bits. We really do appreciate the support. It means a lot to us. So for everybody who came out to enjoy the hardwire, setup test, and everybody who tried to make it to the stream earlier, thank you all for joining in and watching what I guess would be episode 3.5 of the Pokemon randomized Soul Link adventure. 152, and yep, they're the grunts. Grunts are starting. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Bye, duds.